The law of success, according to Paramahansa Yogananda. Your success in life does not altogether depend on ability and training. It also depends on your determination to grasp opportunities that are presented to you. Opportunities in life come by creation, not by chance. You yourself, either now or in the past, including the past of former lives, have created all opportunities that arise in your path. Since you have earned them, use them to the best advantage. You demonstrate success or failure according to your habitual trend of thought. If your mind is ordinarily in a negative state, an occasional positive thought is not sufficient to attract success. But if you think rightly, you will find your goal even though you seem to be enveloped in darkness. Don't mentally review any problem constantly. Let it rest at times, and it may work itself out. But see that you do not rest so long that your discrimination is lost. Rather, use these rest periods to go deep within the calm region of your inner self. Attuned with your soul, you will be able to think correctly regarding everything you do, and if your thoughts or actions have gone astray, they can be realigned. This power of divine attunement can be achieved by practice and effort. Determined to do some of the things in life that you thought you could not do, attempt simple tasks first. As your confidence strengthens and your will becomes more dynamic, you can aim for more difficult accomplishments. Be certain that you have made a good selection, then refuse to submit to failure. Devote your entire willpower to mastering one thing at a time. Do not scatter your energies, nor leave something half done to begin a new venture. If you cling to a certain thought with dynamic willpower, it finally assumes a tangible, outward form. When you're able to employ your will always for constructive purposes, you become the controller of your destiny. So far, I have mentioned 3 important ways to make your will dynamic. 1. Choose a simple task or an accomplishment that you have never mastered and determine to succeed with it. 2. Be sure you have chosen something constructive and feasible. Then, refuse to consider failure. 3. Concentrate on a single purpose, using all abilities and opportunities to forward it. But you should always be sure, within the calm region of your inner self, that what you want is right for you to have and in accord with God's purposes. You can then use all the force of your will to accomplish your object, keeping your mind, however, centered on the thought of God, the source of all power and all accomplishment. The season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. The bludgeon of circumstances may bruise you, but keep your head erect. Always try once more, no matter how many times you have failed. Fight when you think that you can fight no longer, or when you think that you have already done your best, or until your efforts are crowned with success. Suppose you have failed so far. It would be foolish to give up the struggle, accepting failure as the decree of fate. It is better to die struggling than to abandon your efforts while there is still a possibility of accomplishing something more. For even when death comes, your struggles must soon be renewed in another life. You should transfer your attention from failure to success, from worry to calmness, from mental wanderings to concentration, from restlessness to peace, and from peace to the divine bliss within. When you attain this state of self-realization, the purpose of your life will have been gloriously fulfilled. Decide the nature of your true task, your mission in life. Endeavor to make yourself what you should be and what you want to be. As you keep your mind on God and attune yourself to His will, you will progress more and more surely in your path. Your ultimate purpose is to find your way back to God, but you also have a task to perform in the outer world. Willpower, combined with initiative, will help you to recognize and fulfill that task. It is not your passing inspirations or brilliant ideas so much as your everyday mental habits that control your life. Good habits of thought enable you to attract benefits and opportunities. Bad habits of thought attract you to materially minded persons and to unfavorable environments. Weaken a bad habit by avoiding everything that occasioned it or stimulated it without concentrating upon it in your zeal to avoid it. Then divert your mind to some good habit and steadily cultivate it until it becomes a dependable part of you. There are always two forces warring against each other within us. One force tells us to do the things we should not do, and the other urges us to do the things we should do, the things that seem difficult. One voice is that of evil, and the other is that of good or God. Through difficult daily lessons, you will sometimes see clearly that bad habits nourish the tree of unending material desires, while good habits nourish the tree of spiritual aspirations. More and more you should concentrate your efforts on successfully maturing the spiritual tree, that you may someday gather the ripe fruit of self-realization. It is only when you discard your bad habits that you are really a free man. Until you are a true master, able to command yourself to do the things that you should do, but may not want to do, you are not a free soul. In that power of self-control lies the seed of eternal freedom. Man, as an image of God, possesses within him that all-accomplishing power of will. To discover through right meditation how to be in harmony with the divine will is man's highest obligation. When guided by error, human will misleads us, but when guided by wisdom, human will is attuned to the divine will. God's plan for us often becomes obscured by the conflicts of human life, and so we lose the inner guidance that would save us from chasms of misery. In order to receive His gifts, you must eradicate from your mind all thoughts of limitation and poverty. Universal mind is perfect and knows no lack. To reach that never-failing supply, you must maintain a consciousness of abundance. Even when you do not know where the next dollar is coming from, you should refuse to be apprehensive. When you do your part and rely on God to do His, you will find that mysterious forces come to your aid and that your constructive wishes soon materialize. This confidence and consciousness of abundance are attained through meditation. Since God is the source of all mental power, peace, and prosperity, do not will and act first, but contact God first. Thus, you may harness your will and activity to achieve the highest goals. As you cannot broadcast through a broken microphone, so you cannot send out prayers through a mental microphone that has been disordered by restlessness. By deep calmness, you should repair your mind microphone and increase the receptivity of your intuition. Thus, you will be able to broadcast to Him effectively and to receive His answers. The way of meditation. After you have repaired your mental radio and are calmly attuned to constructive vibrations, how may you use it to reach God? The right method of meditation is the way. By the power of concentration and meditation, you can direct the inexhaustible power of your mind to accomplish what you desire and to guard every door against failure. If you learn how to withdraw your attention from all objects of distraction and to place it upon one object of concentration, you too will know how to attract at will whatever you need. Sit quietly, calm your senses and thoughts, and meditate deeply. You will then be guided by the great creative power of spirit. After that, you should utilize all necessary material means to achieve your goal. The things you need in life are those that will help to fulfill your dominant purpose. Things you may want but not need may lead you aside from that purpose. It is only by making everything serve your main objective that success is attained. What is success? If you possess health and wealth but have trouble with everybody, including yourself, yours is not a successful life. Existence becomes futile if you cannot find happiness. When wealth is lost, you have lost a little. When health is lost, you have lost something of more consequence. But when peace of mind is lost, you have lost the highest treasure. Success should therefore be measured by the yardstick of happiness, by your ability to remain in peaceful harmony with cosmic laws. Success is not rightly measured by the worldly standards of wealth, prestige, and power. None of these bestow happiness unless they are rightly used. To use them rightly, one must possess wisdom and love for God and man. You should strengthen your mind and refuse to carry the burden of mental and moral weaknesses acquired in past years. Burn them in the fires of your present divine resolutions and right activities. By this constructive attitude, you will attain freedom. In order to be happy, one should have good health, a well-balanced mind, a prosperous life, the right work, a thankful heart, and above all, wisdom or knowledge of God. A strong determination to be happy will help you. Do not wait for your circumstances to change, thinking falsely that in them lies the trouble. Do not make unhappiness a chronic habit, thereby afflicting yourself and your associates. It is blessedness for yourself and others if you are happy. If you possess happiness, you possess everything. To be happy is to be in tune with God. That power to be happy comes through meditation. You should sit in silence before deciding about any important matter, asking the Father for His blessing. Then behind your power is God's power. Behind your mind, His mind. Behind your will, His will. When God is working with you, you cannot fail. Every faculty you possess will increase in power. When you do your work with the thought of serving God, you receive His blessings. If your work in life is humble, do not apologize for it. Be proud because you are fulfilling the duty given you by the Father. He needs you in your particular place. All people cannot play the same role. So long as you work to please God, all cosmic forces will harmoniously assist you. When you convince God that you want Him above all else, you will be attuned to His will. When you continue to seek Him, no matter what obstacles arise to take you away from Him, you are using your human will in its most constructive form. You will thus operate the law of success that was known to the ancient sages and that is understood by all men who have achieved true success. The divine power is yours if you make a determined effort to use it to attain health, happiness, and peace. As you encompass these goals, you will travel on the path of self-realization to your true home in God. To you, say this prayer: Heavenly Father, I will reason, I will, I will act. But guide Thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing that I should do.